Next is your high enriched uranium. That is 80%. How much? 80%. 80% of your uranium-235. If it is present, then we call it as a high enriched uranium. Okay? That is a weapon grade uranium. Pakistan uses this high enriched uranium cycle, whereas India uses plutonium cycle. There are two different things. We don't use an enriched uranium cycle. It's not indigenously built. Only if we purchase from, for example, France, they use this enriched uranium. Otherwise, we are not using enriched uranium at all. We are using plutonium cycles. Then we have uranium-233. This also doesn't occur in nature. This requires fast moving neutron. Hence, do we require a moderator? No. Why moderator means it's required only for a slow moving neutron, but uranium-233 undergoes fission in a fast moving neutron. So there is no need of a unit. There is no need of a moderator. But you require a coolant. Then we have this thorium. Thorium is available in plenty in India. In fact, 1/3 of the world's thorium is present in India. How much? 1/3 of the world's thorium is present in India. But it's not fission material, it's a fissionable material. So, with this concept of fuels, you need to go to the concepts of reactors. Now, there are two types of reactors. One with a slow moving neutron, one which will require a fast moving neutron. Slow moving neutrons, the reactors where slow moving neutrons causes the fission are called as thermal reactors. Whereas which require a fast moving neutron is called as fast reactors. What is it called as? Fast reactors. Fine. Understand this? Now India has all our fast reactors. What all reactors India has are called as the fast reactors. Now, there are something called as a breeder reactors. What are these breeder reactors? See, in these breeder reactors, what they do is, they convert the non-fissile. See, there are two conversions happen. What they do is, they keep a core. What they keep? They keep a core, and across this core, they put a blanket of natural uranium and thorium. Core they will keep it as a plutonium. Why plutonium? Because it has a high breeder ratio. Then they keep as cover as uranium and thorium. Now this plutonium will convert this natural uranium to fission plutonium and thorium to uranium-233. Both are essential for us. Understanding this? What is a blanket? There are two blankets. Plutonium blanket and the thorium blanket. No, there are two blankets. Plutonium is a core. What are the two blankets? Natural uranium blanket and the thorium blanket. The natural uranium is converted to the fission plutonium and thorium is converted to the uranium-233. By this, what happens is, most of the natural uranium, actually the natural uranium, only 0.7% of fissile uranium is present. If I pass it to the breeder reactor, what will I get? 70% of the non-fissile uranium is converted to fissile plutonium and thorium is converted to uranium-233. Okay? So these are called as breeder reactors, and India has this fast breeder reactor. We are in fact first in the world to have this fast breeder reactors. That means which is there in Indira Gandhi Atomic Research Institute. Now recently we actually put this PFBR. Understand this? PR, and that's government of India has created a new public sector company called as Bhavani to manage these fast sector reactors. PFBR. And this PFBR is a very big project. It's not a small project. PFBR is a very big project which is happening in India. It's almost equivalent to this LCA or your integrated missile development. What is a breeder reactor? Understand this? What is a breeder reactor? It converts the natural uranium to fissile plutonium, thorium to uranium-233. Now, India has huge amount of thorium, but we don't have natural uranium. So, we designed a nuclear program which was given by Homi Bhabha. He designed a three cycles. The first cycle, second cycle, the third cycle. There are three levels: first level, second level, and third level. In the first level, the input is a natural uranium, Do we use moderator or coolant? What should we use here? Natural uranium we are using as a fuel. How does it undergo fission? Fast moving neutron. So we use coolant as heavy water. What is the output we get? We get whatever output comes. We have this plutonium in it. This plutonium acts as a fuel for the second cycle, and liquid sodium is used as an coolant. What will happen here? Plutonium is taken as a core. We give it 2 blankets. We will get more plutonium, which is again as a fuel, and thorium is converted to uranium-233. This only one part. See, understand? There are two outputs, right? One is the natural uranium blanket getting converted to plutonium. This plutonium goes back to the fuel cycle. Thorium getting converted to uranium-233. This uranium-233 comes to a third cycle. Uranium-233 and light water, and again the thorium cover will give back uranium-233. In fact, it gives back more of uranium-233 than we burn. That's why it is called as a thorium cycle reactors. Understand this very well. Initially we use natural uranium. Output is plutonium. Tadak, plutonium. Output is the 2 types of cover are there. One is the natural uranium blanket, thorium blanket. Natural uranium blanket, more amount of plutonium which comes as a fuel in this stage itself. Thorium blanket into uranium-233. Next cycle, uranium-233 and your coolant, that's the liquid water, gives you back uranium-233 with the thorium blanket. More of thorium is converted to uranium-233, and hence this is called as thorium cycle reactors. So this is our strategy. We have not reached the third level. Okay, a third level test is there. ASWR is there, which is there in Chennai, Kalpakkam. But however, we don't have a running. There is a running third level we have not entered. And this is very significant for India. Why? Because we have huge amount of thorium with us. So, with this understanding, you have to go to the nuclear deal. What is this nuclear deal all about? See, nuclear deal, we have to understand that we know that because we exploded the bomb, the PNE, that's called as a peaceful nuclear explosion in 1974, that's a Pokhran. Because we exploded Pokhran, there was a lot of sanctions imposed on us. Not 1, 2, lots of sanctions was imposed on us. What is the reason for all the sanctions? Nuclear power. So we knew very well, if you have to get rid of these sanctions, we need to get into a deal with the United States. That's the whole purpose of this nuclear. But however, my strategic interest should not be affected. That means I should be able to develop my own nuclear bomb. I should be able to develop my strategic missile programs. No sovereignty should be affected. Number 2, not all my reactors will be submitted to the IAEA inspection. Only civil reactors, okay, we divide our reactors into civil and military. Only the civil reactors will be submitted to the IAEA inspection. And this third cycle of the nuclear reaction, right? Nuclear reactors, third cycle should not get affected. So this was the major commitments from Indian side. Indian side said that okay, I will submit my civil reactors, civil nuclear reactors under IAEA. Now you have to understand 2 important things here. What is an IAEA? For time being, understand that IAEA is called as a nuclear police. You can call him as a nuclear police. That is, he does all the inspection in different countries. Okay? Because see, there should be a neutral entity. Otherwise what will happen? Every time there will be a vested interest with one other party, and hence you will always tell that something or other thing is bad. Right? So that cannot happen. There should be a neutral plan, that is the IAEA. Now, if IAEA, so this is IAEA is a nuclear police. Now what was the commitments on the US side? This was the commitment on the Indian side. What was the commitment on the Indian side? That we will submit civil nuclear reactors to IAEA and for the inspection of IAEA. What is the commitment on the US side? US said, I will give you full nuclear cooperation. Understand this, because when you study about ENR, we will say that it has actually violated this condition. Full nuclear cooperation, and I will amend my own rules, internal rules. I will amend my own internal rules